I want to take a moment away from the usual levity and silliness of a wrestling rundown intro to talk about something serious. Something really serious that's been happening the last, I don't know, it's been plaguing the country a lot over the last few days. I mean, I know it's hitting really close to home for some people. But Sheamus is the WWE champion. And this needs to stop.
Oh my god. You couldn't have expected me to hold that. I needed a warning. Oh god.
Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown. This is the Smackdown Rundown.
Oh.
What matches happened?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He beat somebody.
I beat somebody?
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, man. Alright, we had Tyler Breeze defeat Neville. We had Brie Bella defeat Becky Lynch. We had the New Day defeat the Usos and Dean Ambrose. We had Bray Wyatt defeat Devon Dudley. And Roman Reigns, by himself, defeated the League of Nations.
Alright, how about just a quick rundown of the whole League of Nations, Roman Reigns story of SmackDown, where Roman Reigns, the Usos, Dean Ambrose come out, they call out the League of Nations.
Yeah, they want to fight after what happened on Monday. And Sheamus is like, yeah, cool, I talked to officials and we got ourselves an 8-man tag match. It's going to be the 4 of you against all 4 of us.
And then the New Day come out and they ruin the party and they say it's only going to be an 8-man tag match if the Usos and Dean Ambrose can beat the New Day.
Spoiler, we just told you that they did.
In a 6-man tag later in the show.
Yes.
So, I mean, either way, the cards are stacked against Roman Reigns, because if his team loses, he has to fight them all by himself. Even if his team wins,
they've already been through a match.
They've already been through a match with the tag team champions.
Yeah.
So that we have the match, really good match between the New Day.
The 6-man tag match was fantastic.
Versus the Usos and Dean Ambrose. What did Jimmy Uso's knee?
Jimmy was getting ready to go for a Superfly splash on Xavier Woods, but Kofi ended up jumping up on the apron. So Jimmy jumped off onto Kofi and hurt his knee when he landed on the apron. And then he's selling for a bit, Kofi's falling off, he's trying to get back in the ring to get back on Xavier Woods, but then Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on the back of his knee.
Yeah, and he falls into the ring, and his his ankle is caught in the ropes.
Yeah. And so Xavier Woods takes advantage of that. He's able to beat him down a little bit. Dean Ambrose has already been taken out on the outside. Jay's been taken out. Xavier Woods hits a Shining Wizard, and the New Day picks up the win in that match.
Yeah.
So this makes it officially Roman Reigns versus Sheamus, Barrett, Rusev, and Del Rio all by himself.
Yeah.
And then there was even the chance that Ambrose and the Usos wanted to be in Roman's corner.
Mm-hmm.
But before that happened, Renee came in and let them know that the 3 of them had been banned from ringside.
By certain
officials. Because there was no Stephanie and there was no Triple H.
There wasn't even a mention of the Authority the whole show.
I'm hoping that there's some sort of connection that maybe we'll find out on Raw. Like, League of Nations has some sort of connection to the upper office or something.
That'd be interesting.
Like, just with the fact that there was kind of the bro moment between Sheamus and Triple H in Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I feel like Triple H and Stephanie have to be integral, especially after all the shit they did on Raw, saying that if Roman Reigns didn't win, that Usos and Dean Ambrose would lose their title matches at TLC. There has to be some sort of connection, I feel.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't matter whether there's a connection or not. It's like, at this point, no matter who it is, be it the Authority or officials in WWE, nobody there likes Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So do we want to go straight to the main event?
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way.
So, okay, so Roman Reigns is
just because there's a lot of weird fucking shit going on.
Yeah.
Barrett.
What the fuck? Charles Robinson.
So Wade Barrett interferes like 2 or 3 different times, like interfering.
He grabs Roman's foot while he's running off the ropes to hit Del Rio, and then he gets involved one at a time, and then he starts yelling at Charles Robinson. Now, he's in this match.
Yes, he's a person in the match.
This is 4-on-1. But apparently, the referee can eject people in the match from the match. When the fuck has this been a rule? Like, Wade Barrett should take legal action. He was getting paid to do his job, and the referee told him he couldn't do his job.
You know what? I would not be shocked if they actually bring this up on Raw.
I hope they do, because right now it makes no fucking sense.
The Authority or somebody needs to bring this up on Raw. But yeah, that didn't make sense. But then as soon as that happened, I even told you, I was like, oh, I think Roman Reigns is going to win it now.
Yeah, now it's down to 3-on-1.
Now it's down to 3-on-1. So the odds are definitely in Roman Reigns' favor.
He's only got to deal with Sheamus, Rusev, and Del Rio.
Yeah, so Samoa and Cena should be able to do it just fine.
He's getting real Cena-y. And that's saying something because I like John Cena now. John Cena's been doing good shit this year. Now Roman Reigns...
he's been doing good shit. He's been doing the Invitational and vacationing.
Hey. Go for it.
Making time for other people.
I mean, there's the usual, okay, now it's 3-on-1. Roman thinks he's kind of in control. He gets beat down
a lot.
Then he starts making the comeback, and then there's the big brawl on the outside.
Yeah, they just decide all of a sudden, like, let's all fight on the outside and not try and get back in the ring.
And why, at this point, if Charles Robinson can throw people out of this match, why didn't he just call a no contest when all 4 guys are just beating the shit out of each other on the outside?
Yeah, if all 3, if he ejects Wade Barrett for interfering in the match that he's a part of, but then like 3 guys are all beating up on 1 guy on the outside, that's also kind of like 2 people are definitely illegally interfering.
Yeah.
Like a lot. But no, they all fight on the outside, and then Roman Reigns manages to knock all them down and dive into the ring to avoid getting
9
counted
seconds.
out. And he wins the match. Huzzah.
And then they
no reaction from the crowd.
They started to, well, there was a piped in crowd. There was a lot of reaction to piped in crowd.
Then Barrett came back and they tried to beat him up.
And then Usos and Ambrose came out and made the save.
And we went off the air with the divided factions.
Like, I understand that Roman Reigns is supposed to be a viable contender.
Samoa and Cena.
I not even that. Like, I get that he's supposed to be strong. He needs to look like he can win at any
Laugh
cost
in the face of Brock Lesnar who's beating his ass.
The champion. I get that. And I'm okay with that, because I like Roman Reigns. But when you make him beat 3-ish, 4 people...
3.5.
...by himself, you're getting into sketchy territory to where people are like, oh, wow, that was really fake. I don't like using the F word in wrestling.
Yeah, fuck the F word.
Yeah, the F word should never be used when talking about fucking wrestling. Because it's not right.
It's not fucking right.
Because the F word insinuates that these guys aren't actually getting hurt. And that's bullshit. Because there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into this. But when you do shit like this, people start using the F word. You need to stop fucking giving them reasons to use the fucking F word. Have I made a fucking point?
Fuck right.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, I mean...
Fuck right. Go with it. Yeah. Fuck right.
Yeah,
That's the new hell yeah.
Fuck right. That's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be in our line of t-shirts on the Wrestling Rundown.
Visit WrestlingRundown.com/shop.
We don't have one of those. Post down in the comments if you want a fuck right t-shirt. We'll put Kevin Hawk's face on it, and it'll be fuck right. After you be like, inspiration kid.
It's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was...
That's great for all the people on the video. Or podcast. Listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you guys should check
There's also gonna be one of me saying Mike Tyson.
You should all... Yeah, check out YouTube.
Shop.com.
What the fuck?
Slash
Like,
Wrestling Rundown.
this... Let's talk about the one storyline that actually moved forward.
Yeah, Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, we had...
And their
Becky was getting interviewed about the issues with Charlotte, saying, you know, she's still my best friend. You know, I kind of understand where she's coming from, so I'm going to try and let that pass. Alicia Fox and Brie Bella came in, started talking some trash, saying that maybe she was the reason PCB didn't work. Then Charlotte came in, backed up Becky, and letting her know that, hey, I'm going to be in your corner. Brie and Becky had a great match.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Becky's trying to get the disarmor on Brie, and Brie pulls away, and as she does, she swings her elbow back, and she catches Charlotte in the face, which was beautifully played.
Yeah, I really liked it. The only problem that I had with it is it was like, specifically just for that spot, Charlotte had to move from one side of the ring to walk all the way around to the other side of the ring for it to happen.
Yeah, I mean...
So she had to like walk herself into place for it to happen.
Yeah.
That's my only qualm with the whole match.
Yeah. So then Becky does get the disarmor on Brie. Brie's about to tap out, but Charlotte gets in. She's all pissed off that Brie elbowed her in the face. She starts beating up Brie Bella, and she gets Becky disqualified. So, and now
Becky's like, what the hell? I had the match. And I'm fairly certain at one point she says, I had the fucking match.
Did she really? Oh, I missed that. Charlotte did sound like a baby when she's like, she hit me!
Yeah, no, this is...
You're a wrestler. She's supposed to hit you. Well, not while you're out there, but
yeah.
Don't put your face so close to the goddamn ring. That's your fault.
Watch for elbows.
And then, okay, so... This storyline didn't necessarily move forward, but the one thing that happened before the match, we had Devon getting ready to go against Bray Wyatt. Devon,
yeah.
Bubba.
Also, another real quick to go back on the Divas storyline is as the segment closed out, we had Charlotte offer the pinky in solidarity,
and Becky turned it down.
Becky walked away because of this is now 2 days in a row, Raw and SmackDown, that Charlotte has cost Becky something.
Yeah,
she cost her the match on SmackDown, and on Raw she cost some like integrity.
Yeah, so Becky is trusting Charlotte less and less at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dudley Boys come out. They still got Tommy Dreamer with them, which is awesome. I'm glad Tommy showed up for SmackDown. We got Bubba and Tommy in Devon's corner. We get the Wyatt thing. And then it comes back, and R-Truth is standing on the motherfucking stage. Like, how did I get... He was confused, excited, and then happy.
And then he disappeared.
And then they did the Wyatt thing again, lights went down, fireflies came out, and the Wyatt family walked out, and R-Truth was nowhere to be found.
Yep.
R-Truth is the most mystical person on the WWE roster.
He's just confused a lot. He thinks he's in a lot of segments that he's not in.
But...
like, he thought he was in a tournament.
Yeah, I get that. And it's... and he thought he was... he thought he was in the ladder match at WrestleMania, which he wasn't. But how do you... like, he just appeared on the stage. How do you mess that up? That's just magic messing itself up.
No, that's R-Truth.
R-Truth.
R-Truth thought he was a new member of the Wyatt family. He was looking for little Jimmy.
He was looking for little Jimmy. No, that
Lights went out and he couldn't see where he was going and he ended up on the stage.
That was a fucking weird situation there.
Dear WWE,
the fuck?
I think this was Big E's idea. And why'd you give it to R-Truth?
Yeah! Let Big E wander out and stuff that's not really his.
It's okay.
And then Charles Robinson, you can throw him out, but not Wade Barrett.
Yeah. All in all, though, a lot of the matches were good.
The matches were great.
Becky and Brie was good. The 6-man tag was good. Neville versus Breeze was good.
Yeah.
I think my only disappointment with that is they didn't do the tornado DDT that they did the last time they went against each other on NXT, where Neville was able to like flip 300 times.
Devon versus Wyatt was short, but it was good to see that they're keeping Tommy around.
Yeah.
And I think with the ending of that match, there's a good chance that we're going to get a fourth member to possibly do an eight-man tag table match.
That'd be neat.
At TLC. I think that'd be awesome.
I think
we
it's
did find out that
just going to be 6-man without Bray.
Well, we did find out that the Usos, Lucha Dragons, and New Day will be a triple threat ladder match at TLC, and that's going to be fantastic.
That's going to be awesome. So, tag team ladder match. That makes my only disappointment being that Ambrose versus Owens now looks like it's going to have no stipulation on it.
I think the two of them can do that, though, especially with their match at Survivor Series.
They can, because they've had it before, and it's a good match. At the same time, it being Owens and Ambrose, like, these are guys you know who work specifically really well in stipulation matches. You know, hardcore type matches. These guys really thrive in that situation.
Well, yeah.
So I think WWE's missing out on an opportunity, leaving them out of one of the stipulation matches at TLC.
Do you think there's a chance, since it hasn't been announced yet, granted, it is probably the least, it's like the lackluster stipulation.
Stairs?
Shut the fuck up. God, that match is so fake. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't mean to use the F word. No, do you think there's a chance that we could see Owens maybe attack Ambrose on Raw with a chair?
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No. That's going to be Del Rio Swagger.
Gross.
Just for the fact
Don't use that word.
that
Motherfucker.
they both hit each other with chairs.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that. They haven't done anything since that Smackdown because Del Rio's been doing the League of Nations thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There goes my idea. I don't know. I'm so excited to see Ambrose versus Owens without one of them having to wrestle a second time later in the show. That means they can go fucking all out for this match.
I didn't think they didn't go all out at Survivor Series though.
Well,
they threw a lot of shit in there that was not.
I think with the fact that knowing that Dean Ambrose isn't going to have to wrestle the main event later, I think they'll be able to do even more with a segment that is specifically theirs.
Even more than F5ing him crotch first onto a table?
Yeah. There's going to be like 3 F5s onto the table.
All of a sudden that match with Brock Lesnar is seeming more plausible.
Yeah, SmackDown was overall good, just didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'd give it a B.
I feel like we watched last week's Raw Part 2.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think it made sense up to the point of just...
Not a lot of furthering any storyline.
Yeah, and Roman Reigns shouldn't have won that match.
No.
Let's be honest, even 3-on-1, it's still Sheamus and Rusev and
Del Rio. So you're talking like a lot of experience in Del Rio, and then 2 extremely large physical people in Rusev and Sheamus, and then you had Barrett out there earlier, who's just another big physical person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns can be strong, but don't make him...
He could have lost that match and just as easily had Usos and Ambrose come out and clear the ring and still look good at the end.
Yeah.
He could have got a spear against Sheamus.
He didn't need to look strong on SmackDown. You do that for this coming Raw.
Or the SmackDown right before the pay-per-view.
Yeah. We done ranting?
Dreamer got speared through a table.
Yeah. Good job, Rowan. Rowan got to do that.
Yeah. And it's because Tommy Dreamer's not taking any more chokeslams.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He said after the last one he took, which I don't remember who gave it, Lance Hoyt.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Lance Hoyt.
I thought it was Abyss.
After the last chokeslam he took, he decided his career will be chokeslam free from here on out.
That
Says
works.
it just takes too much toll on his body.
Yeah. But I'm sure he was just fine after Rowan speared him through a fucking table.
Yeah, no. I'm looking forward to that. My prediction is it's going to be a 6-man tag without Bray Wyatt.
I really want it to be a 4th ECW guy.
I would really like it, but I just don't think WWE's in the realm of doing cool shit yet.
Mm.
They're trying really hard, I think mainly they're not going to do it just because they don't want it to look too much like the main storyline they have going on with Roman Reigns and 3 guys versus Sheamus and 3 guys.
That makes sense.
They don't want to make it 4 against 4. I mean, it's as close as you can fucking get right now because it's 4 against 3.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wouldn't even be shocked if it ends up just being Harper and Rowan because they might end up just being able to say, like, oh, well, Dreamer's not going to show up because he got speared through the table.
That's true. Well.
And they're not going to be in freaking around the Philly, New York area.
Yeah, they're going to be in Boston.
Probably for the
pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who's from Boston? Cena.
Sasha Banks.
Cena and Sasha Banks will be the Dudley Boys partners for the... That'd be a weird fucking match.
Yeah.
Especially once Sasha hits the bank statement on Braun Strowman.
Please, I want to see that happen. Hey Vince, if you need help writing your show, because you know you do, talk to your son-in-law. Because NXT was awesome this week.
And Stone Cold and Foley, they are really trying to help you out via social media, guys. Listen to what they're saying. That's a little bit of news that we can add on to the end, maybe. WWE hired Dewey Foley.
Yes. Interesting. I mean, it does make sense because Noelle is actually doing a lot of stuff with them too. She's on the WWE list a lot on the network. You know, she's very into...
This time last year, her and Mick were doing all the Christmas commercials.
Right. Yeah, I mean, she is very involved. You know, they've both grown up with Mick being in the wrestling business.
Yeah, what I find weird about it is, like, they're involving them, but Mick is the guy who gets left out a lot of WWE things because he's so vocal about his opinion.
Yeah, and him and Vince butt heads a lot.
Yeah, and it's weird that they're, like, trying to get his kids to do stuff and not let him come in and work on it. I think the creative team would be so much better if they brought in the older guys.
Yeah, I mean...
You know,
Foley
offered to help you for free.
Yeah. Let Mick write some, you know, God, there's so many guys on the roster. That's why NXT works so well, because Triple H knows what sells.
Yeah. Here's the big thing, and this is way off topic from SmackDown. We're ranting at the end of this one, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot to talk about on SmackDown.
No, we talked about it already. We're done. This is not SmackDown, so thanks for watching and listening. Keep listening if you want to.
Foley said it. You need to give people the opportunity to be comfortable, to try, and to fail. You need to try something of your own, come up with something that you think is going to work, and try it. Go out and do it. And if it fails, go back and repackage yourself, try something else.
Case in point, The New Day.
The New Day. Absolutely. They tried really hard, and now that the fact that they're like, go ahead, try your own thing. And they went out and they did it, it fucking worked.
Keep in mind that the gimmick that the New Day debuted with was Vince's idea.
Yeah.
And Vince's idea failed.
Yeah.
So now, Kofi, Xavier Woods, and Big E are now doing their own stuff, and they are by far the most popular thing in wrestling right now.
Yeah, and go back further, go to CM Punk.
Absolutely.
The pipe bomb.
That was him speaking from the heart.
The promo heard around the world. They gave Punk the microphone and said, speak your mind. At the end of the show, we'll cut you off.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He had that one time to go out there, say anything he wanted to say. That promo launched him into being the most popular guy for like the next 2 years.
At least.
Let people not be afraid to try something out of the box or something on their own. Everyone's so afraid.
I'll go one even further back. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
He was the ringmaster. Does anybody remember the ringmaster? No. Because Stone Cold Steve Austin was born. And what did he have to do? Talk on the mic.
Yeah. Everyone's afraid to fail because I think it's a job security thing. Everyone knows there's 9,000 wrestlers who are in line drooling to have your place.
You know, I think this would be great if Thomas was here. Maybe we'll talk about this again when we do Raw, depending on how Raw is. But Zack Ryder did his own thing, got himself over, won one championship, and then nothing.
Yeah.
He has tried to change his look. He's tried to change his in-ring style. But WWE finds like he can't be marketed. Because, oh, well his merchandise doesn't sell. Well, when you only got him on one segment every show, you don't get a chance to move forward.
Yeah.
That's why...
If you have 5 weekly shows,
Yes.
Raw, Main Event, NXT, Smackdown, and Superstars. And you have a guy who,
And then pay-per-views.
out of all of those 5 shows that happen every single week, so I don't know, let's just estimate 6 matches on Raw, 3 matches on Main Event, 5 matches on NXT, 4 matches on SmackDown, 2 matches on Superstars. You know, out of all those matches, you get a guy in one match.
And you
Out
expect...
of all those, you can't market that one guy off of that one appearance.
You know what? Let's go back to SmackDown real quick. We did have that weird segment where Miz was talking to Neville.
Yeah.
Trying to give him advice on how to connect to the audience or make himself more presentable or something like that. Like, if you do that segment on just this SmackDown and don't do it any other time, is it Miz's fault that it didn't get over? Some people might say so because they don't like the Miz, but if Miz but if Miz is able to do that on more than just this SmackDown or more than just one SmackDown every once in a while, nothing's going to happen with this storyline, and this was a wasted segment.
Yeah, and I'm going to take that a step further. Because, okay, Miz is trying to do this whole let's try and be a heel, but also help Neville get over by pretending to be his friend and handing him my card. Let's face it. Neville doesn't need this storyline. Neville is over.
Yeah.
If you let Neville be Neville and wrestle and do his crazy shit and actually put him in something that means something, Neville will be over. If you want to pull this weird storyline that I think is really dumb and it will end up being another Damien Sandow shit where the person is going to be associated with The Miz for a while, then feud with The Miz, and then go back off to do their own thing, do it with somebody who's not already getting shit. Neville's already on like every single Raw and SmackDown just about.
Heath Slater,
Curtis Axel, Fandango, Zack Ryder, any of these people who aren't on Raw and SmackDown every single week. And just the craziest little tiny notion. Can we make NXT 2 hours? Could you handle fitting twice the talent onto a single show?
Here's my only thing against that is I don't mind that NXT is only an hour.
I don't mind that it's an hour, but I think if you extend it...
I mean, I'm not going to be upset if it's 2 hours. I just don't want... I don't want there to be extra stuff there, because that's the problem with a 3-hour Raw.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. You got 3 hours of fucking Raw, and awesome. You had New Day on 3 segments. Or 4, if you want to count their WWE shop thing. That's awesome. That's how you get them over. But if you get one person on there in a 7-minute match, they're not doing anything. They're not getting anywhere. So if you're not going to do anything with that extra match, or if you're not going to do anything with that extra segment that isn't going to go any fucking where, go back to 2 hours, please. We don't need 3 hours of Raw. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
2 hours of NXT could definitely get a lot more people over.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Is this, if 2 hours of NXT would open space for these guys who aren't doing anything. I mean, of course, I think a lot of people would complain if it didn't get filled up with all NXT guys.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had the double length of the show, or maybe 2 shows a week,
Ooh, two
a secondary
two
NXT,
episodes of NXT?
a Wednesday and a Friday, something, then
We review it.
you could have, you could have something on your hands for these guys who are main roster guys, but the only time they ever see the light of day is house shows.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with making NXT specifically 2 hours is that it wouldn't feel as special with TakeOver, because TakeOver is 2 hours long, and we don't need to make TakeOver any longer than 2 hours because it fills up a 2 hour show and feels perfect.
Yeah,
and
I just think if NXT got bigger, longer shows, I think it would be fine. Because the way NXT's show is run, it's like...
Yeah, it goes off without a hitch.
They fit five matches in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that, no matter how long your show is, if you go bam, 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 like that, you're going to keep the audience interested, and you're going to have a good time, and you're going to have people want to come back. If you have a 2 hour long show and 3 hour long special events,
okay,
it's going to be great as long as you're bam, bam, bam. If you're keeping the same thing, if you don't go Monday Night Raw with it and do fucking 8 recaps, and a recap before every single match, and a promo before every single match, then yeah, things will get bogged down.
Okay. 5 matches, plus vignettes, plus segments, plus commercials in 1 hour.
Yeah.
There were 9 segments, backstage interviews, matches, and commercials in 2 hours of SmackDown. And they do that much in an hour of NXT.
Exactly. Condense your shit. Mic drop.
Time management, motherfuckers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening if you're still listening.
Yeah, anybody who's still watching, sorry this went off on a tangent, went too long, but sometimes you just need to say what's on your
Sometimes we
chest.
gotta rant. And if you want to hear us do more rants, if that's something you want to
Post in
see
the
us
comments.
do, post in the comments, post on Facebook. You can find all the links to that down in the description.
Do you want to
Tweet
just
us.
see me get mad and tear shit apart?
Oh, he'll tear shit apart. You know what?
Make Sheamus champion again, I will punt this across the room.
It's his. He can do it.
Oh,
Thanks for those of you that have been listening to the podcast. If you're listening on podcast, check us out on youtube.com/The Wrestling Rundown. For those of you watching on YouTube, check out the soundcloud.com/Wrestling Rundown. You can listen to us podcast version. Yeah, check out all those links. Post what you think about SmackDown and the current state of WWE. We should just do like a discussion video about how things are going right now. I think that could be fun.
Well, I think we just did.
Alright. Thanks for watching. Check out the playlist. There was a good Raw.
Did you talk about the links?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
All of them?
Not all of them.
Alright, well, some of them are as important as others.
You can contact us through emails.
The emails are down there. There's one to get all of us. Come on, guys, email us.
Yeah. If you
We don't get much action at the email specifically.
If you're still listening, thank you. Tell you right now, if you send us an email, like specific things that you want mentioned, we'll make this a weekly segment. Anyone who sends us an email, a Facebook message, a tweet, if you post a comment on an Instagram picture, we will make a segment and we will specifically talk about what you sent us. We will talk.
To be limited.
Yeah, don't give us like.
In case.
Don't give us
in
Sheamus
case
sucks
this-
because we know that.
In case this is like something that ends up blowing up and we get like 900 things, ain't gonna happen. But in case it does, Keep it relevant.
Yeah, give us questions. Give us your opinions.
You know, if you start doing it, we could mention, okay, we're talking about Monday Night Raw, and then I say, oh, but so and so from Twitter mentioned this thing.
There you go.
We can talk about you guys.
You can tweet at us during Raw, and we can read your tweets during our Raw review.
Yeah, something. We will acknowledge you. We will read your shit
Because
with our
this
eyeballs,
show-
and then we will speak it to you.
This show is done by fans, for fans, because we like wrestling. So check out that playlist. We got a Raw review, which was good. We had a Smackdown. We had
this Smackdown rundown.
Smackdown
which was
rundown. The midweek wrap up is fantastic. If you haven't watched Joe versus Ciampa, you're missing the fuck out. And check back with us on, Saturday first, because we'll have Thomas's Top 5 from the month of November. And then on Monday, we will have indie news with results from Chikara's season finale, The Top Banana.
And AIW's No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
That one too. Thanks for watching.
Colt
Thanks for
Cabana.
listening.
Kick guitar. And Grado.
We'll see you guys on whatever video or podcast you decided to watch / listen to next. I just don't know. Oh no.
No Mike Tysons were filmed in the harming of this video.